You've seen these symbols before, either in your favorite movie or in your pocket. But what do they mean? The all-seeing eye. The all-seeing eye, also known as the Eye of Horus, is one of the most recognizable satanic symbols of all. In Freemasonry, this symbol represents the all-seeing and all-knowing God. Masons refer to the Great Architect, and while many believe this to be God, Masons do not require their members to name the god they worship. Members are free to worship any god of their choice. This includes Satan. You can see the all-seeing eye symbol in many cartoons, hidden in plain sight. These symbols are hidden in children's television programs for a reason. Over time, these symbols begin to look normal for children, and not so threatening to be around. You may be asking yourself, how are these symbols satanic, and what would make a group like the Freemasons satanic as well? For those of you who do not know, understand that there is a Masonic oath, and new members must swear not to betray the secrets they have learned. In James chapter 5 verse 12, it states, "But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay, nay, lest ye fall into condemnation." The Bible makes it clear that we are His followers, and we should live under His wisdom, not the wisdom of this world. What does that mean for this symbol? The all-seeing eye symbol has many origin stories, yet most are comfortable with the idea that the symbol comes from Christianity. It does not. Some say that it's Egyptian. It is not. Do these look familiar? Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. Zechariah chapter 11 verse 17. This scripture describes the Antichrist. This eye is not of God. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Baphomet. The Baphomet, also known as the Sabbatic goat, depicts a winged, humanoid goat with a pair of breasts and a torch on its head. Some may argue that this symbol is not a satanic symbol and that it depicts duality, a combination of the sexes, gender nonconformity, and religious freedom. The Baphomet symbol was used by the Knights of Templar as a representation of Satan, contrary to the belief that the symbol doesn't represent Satan at all. The hand placement of the Baphomet is called, as above, so below, which describes the idea that what happens in a higher realm also happens in a lower realm. The phrase can be traced back to the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, a Hermetic text from almost 2,000 years ago. Some believe that an example of this phrase is mentioned in the beginning of the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6 verse 9 through 13. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven. The image of Baphomet was created by Eliphas Levi for his book, Dogmas and Rituals of High Magic. Eliphas created the image in 1854, and his book was considered fundamental for occultists, influenced by Hermeticism, Kabbalah, and alchemy, among others. What makes this symbol satanic? This symbol came from occult influences, and the Bible states that occult practices are part of Satan's strategy to deceive us and lead us astray. Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 through 12 says, When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer, for all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Sigil of Lucifer. This symbol represents a demon or fallen angel, and is often used to conjure demons and create a bond between the magician and demon. Some may say that this symbol only represents existence, creation, and power, but again, Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 9 through 12 specifically states not to dabble in sorcery or witchcraft. Upside-down cross. The upside-down cross or inverted cross is a symbol worn by Satanists to dishonor Christ and his death. Of course, with every satanic symbol, there's an explanation that hides the truth. If you were to do a quick search on the inverted cross, you would quickly find that it is known as the Cross of St. Peter. According to Catholic tradition, Peter requested to be crucified upside down when he was sentenced to death because he felt unworthy to die in the same manner as Jesus. If we take a look at this photo, does it look like this person wants to honor St. Peter? What about this gentleman?